You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks Podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. I'm your host, Cole Nixon, and my goal of this podcast is to bring on leaders in the world of athletics, coaching, entrepreneurship, and just life in general to try and motivate us all to be better. We shouldn't strive to be millionaires in terms of money, but by the millions of lives that we can impact. If you want to be a guest or have a guest idea that you would like to hear from, then shoot me an email at roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review if you like this episode. Then head over to our social media and give us a follow on Instagram at Roughnecks Podcast, Twitter at Roughnecks Pod C1, Facebook at Roughnecks Podcast. And then don't forget to subscribe to the Roughnecks YouTube channel as well. As always, be sure to grab the bull by the horns and take control of your life. Let's get into this week's episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Roughnecks Podcast for this triple episode week. This is episode 53, and it's just me again. Before we dive too far into the show, though, there's one thing that I have to ask you guys. You guys get to listen to this episode, this podcast in general, for free. I don't charge anything for this podcast. I don't ask you guys to buy merch. It's nice. It helps. But if you like this episode, if you like this podcast, please share it with a friend and help spread the word of this podcast to continue to help it grow. I really appreciate all of my fans and everything you guys do. Let's just keep growing this podcast, keep getting the word out there. There's plenty of stories that I have that are coming on, people that are coming on, and they have some great stories, and I want everybody to hear them. I want more people to continue to hear the message that people are bringing onto the show. But another thing is, if you were listening to this before noon Eastern time on your wonderful Friday and you haven't already, be sure to head over to any of the Roughnecks social media and enter to win a free sweatshirt in our giveaway. You can enter on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and even the fairly new TikTok. You can find us on Instagram at Roughnecks Podcast, Twitter at Roughnecks Pod C1, Facebook at Roughnecks Podcast, and then TikTok is also at Roughnecks Podcast. It's super easy to enter, and today is the last day to enter. Like I said, you have until noon Eastern time on Friday, September 24th to enter into that giveaway. Be sure to enter. It's super easy, like I said, and you can win a free sweatshirt. But the fall sale is coming up next week, and I will talk about that at the end of today's show. But let's dive into today's show. It should be a pretty quick episode, but I want to continue with our topic on sacrifice. Sacrifice is something that's been on my mind a lot lately. I don't know if it's because of the topic being sacrificed this month or just the fact that lately I've actually sacrificed some things myself. I got myself back into the gym. When I graduated college, I hit the lull of, I always had organized sports to keep me busy and keep me into the gym. And then once football ended, I started, kind of being lazy. Honestly, what inspired me was Dustin Myers in episode 49. He's a co-owner of Old School Gym, co-founder of Max Effort Muscle, all these great things. And, I said, you know what, I need to get back into it, because what I was doing, honestly, I was drinking a lot. I was way out of shape, man. I'd run up the stairs and start losing my breath, and I'm like, man, I played college football. I thought I was in shape. I was just being lazy. I even started showing up late to work because I was getting too drunk the night before, and luckily I have a boss, and he helped me out and kept me and didn't fire me, because honestly, if I had another job, I probably would have lost my job. And I was just making all kinds of excuses of why I wasn't getting back in the gym. Like, I just wanted to drink, and I was like, oh, I'll start on Monday. Then Monday roll around, then I make another excuse. Oh, I had a long day at work, I'll start on Tuesday. And before long, it turns into every single night you're just like, whatever. And then finally I was like, you know what? It's time to make a change. I finally sacrificed the fun times of getting drunk and hanging out with friends every night, and realized that it wasn't helping me out. Like, what I was doing was not helping me. Do I still drink? Hell yeah. But I've cut it out during the week because that is a sacrifice I needed to make in order to be better overall. And, there was something that Gabe Schroyer said on his episode, which was episode 51. Episode 51. And he said sacrifice is giving up something in order to benefit yourself later. And that truly hits home, because if you want to be the best, you have to sacrifice a lot. Like if you're a high school athlete and you want to be the best on your team, you want to go play at the next level, you have to sacrifice a lot. You got to sacrifice, going and hanging out with your friends on a Tuesday night, because you got to get another workout in. You got to sacrifice drinking at parties, because it's not going to better you. That was something I realized in high school. I wasn't a bad kid, but like I did stupid things. And my senior year, I wasn't as good. Yeah, I sat out half the year because I broke my elbow, but I wasn't as good. Same with college. I wasn't as good my senior year because I got lazy. I started, sacrificing those gym times, those times to make myself better on the field, for drinking and hanging out with friends and taking a nap and playing video games and just doing anything but the thing that I love. If you want to be a business owner, if you want to be someone who wants to grow their business, you have to sacrifice, that time. You have to sacrifice sleep. That is something I've always heard entrepreneurs say. You sacrifice sleep, man. Sacrifice some time away from your family or your significant other, whatever it is. But don't sacrifice too much of that if you have a family. Because, I think family is one of the most important things. I have it tattooed on my arm for a reason. But you have to sacrifice things. And sacrifice is almost like taking a risk. Say you're contemplating starting your own business. And you can take this and look at it many different aspects, but I'm just going to use this as an example. You're scared to take the risk. You don't want to sacrifice that full-time job and a nice paycheck and 401k and all that good stuff because you're worried that it may not work out. And Jordan Peterson said something once, and it relates to this, and he said, you should be afraid of taking risk, but you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. I hear people complain all the time, oh, I hate my job. I hate this. I hate the way I look. What sacrifices are you willing to make to change it? You're paying a price by sitting there and being miserable. You might think sitting on the couch, drinking beer every night, eating junk food is the life, but in reality, we all feel like shit when we do that stuff. We have that second sense telling us, stop being fucking lazy. Get your ass up and do something. Don't say, oh, I'll start Monday, I'll start tomorrow. Start right now. As you're listening, start. Create a plan. We only get so many days on this earth. The clock is ticking, and it never fucking stops. Create the damn plan now. Grab the bull of life by the horns and take control of it. Don't let it walk all over you. The bull is going to walk all over you every single fucking chance it gets. Stop being scared of the damn bull. It senses that fear. Reality is that we're all scared. Life is scary. Change is scary. That's okay. Just don't show that bull that fear. Take it on. Grab the fucking horns. Take control of your life. Don't live with what ifs. I hear it all the time from, people that I've talked to on this podcast, and just, I ask advice of older people all the time because they've been through it. And, they say, don't live with what ifs. Like, don't be that person that was like, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I approach this differently? If you want to be that best, if you don't want to live with what ifs, you have to make those sacrifices. You want to lose weight? Sacrifice playing video games with those friends and go for a walk. Go to the fucking gym. If you want something in your life, or you want to do something, ask yourself what you're willing to give up. Because if you're not willing to give up everything it takes to be the best, you're not willing to give up the things that you think you love now, you will never achieve it. Don't stick in that comfort zone. No progress is ever made in a comfort zone. Expand. Read things. Go to the gym. Go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Put your phone up. Sacrifice those things. It's going to be uncomfortable, but that's okay. Because what you will see happen is that thing that was once uncomfortable will become normal. It'll become a habit. It'll become natural. Like, say right now you think you're too fat or too obese, whatever you want to call it, to go to the gym, and you feel embarrassed and it's just uncomfortable when you go there. Use that as fuel. Use that to fuel you. Use that to be the reason you make a change. Because before long, you will start to see changes. You'll start to feel more comfortable in that gym. You won't care what anybody thinks of you. You just do it. Change isn't going to happen overnight, and that's okay. It's going to take time, a lot of time. Don't quit when shit gets tough. You already started, so you might as well get a reward from it. Stay in the ring with that bull of life. Take it on. Grab it by the horns. We can't fear change. We can't fear that bull of life. This leads us into the best segment of the episode, which is Motivation Monday on a Friday, y'all. Let's get it. I know the deal with Motivation Monday. It's time to try and inspire us to be better. We all have it in us, but sometimes we just need that little boost. For Motivation Monday on this wonderful Friday, I want to leave you with this quick quote I found on sacrifice. It goes like this: "You will come to know that what appears today to be a sacrifice will prove instead to be the greatest investment that you will ever make." Sacrifice is giving up something now that is going to benefit you in the future. You just got to remember that. And with that, that's a wrap on this quick episode. I wanted to make it quick. I wanted to give you guys a little inspiration on your Friday. You know, set the tone for the weekend. But don't let the weekend be an excuse not to get after it. Go to the gym Saturday morning. Go do something. Go read. Go do any little thing to try and better yourself. Every day we have an opportunity to become better. Every day is a new opportunity. Use it. Do something with it. Don't let that time waste by. Because like I said, you only get so much time on this earth and the clock never fucking stops. You might as well use it to try and become better. Better for yourself, better for your friends, better for your family, better for your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is. Just better for the world. Like I said though, we got a sale coming up. The fall sale. I'm super pumped about it. I was hoping to be able to have the new item to show you guys, but I don't. So I'm going to wait on that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to tell you guys what it is. We officially have hats for this podcast. I will post a picture of them when they come in. They're probably coming in today, Friday, as you're listening. But I'm super pumped about these. They're gonna be sweet. We have the sweatshirts now, so we have 2 new items on this sale. The sweatshirts will be, I'm not gonna say any prices because I also don't have the prices right in front of me, but I will say we have sweatshirts in the Roughnecks design, long sleeves in the Grab the Bowl design, t-shirts in the Roughnecks design. We do not have U-shirts this sale. I'm sorry. We will bring those back possibly I think we'll bring back, or we'll start something. We might have some youth long sleeves starting next sale, but we do not have any U-shirts. I apologize. We do have koozies, wristbands, black and red, that say "Grab the Bull by the Horns," the great slogan of this podcast. We have stickers. We have flags. I believe that is it. That is all we have. I don't take any of the money off the sales. All the sale of merch, that just goes straight into the podcast. I need to buy a camera so that I can record some better quality in the video aspect. So that's what I'm saving this money for right now. And I'm just using it to continue to grow and have better merch for you guys. I'm working on the website as well. I really appreciate all you guys listening. It means a lot to me that you guys continue to listen to this podcast. You know, we are over a year now. This is the 53rd episode, like I said, but I'm super happy. I'm super grateful for all you guys. Speaking of which, I will announce the November topic now, because I want some help from you guys. My November topic for this podcast is gratitude. And I want you guys to tell me who should be a guest for those episodes. If you have any guest ideas, if you ever have any guest ideas in general, just send them over to me. You can email me at roughneckspodcast@gmail.com, or I've listed all the socials. You can go to any of the socials and message me. I'll respond to you there as well. So if you ever have any guest ideas, just send them over my way. But next week, we have a really cool episode with Granger Smith's Bus Drivers, Butch and Bull of Risky Business. If you don't know who they are and you want to get a feel for them real quick, head over to YouTube and search Risky Business with Butch and Bull. You'll get the behind the scenes of what it's like to be a bus driver for an artist. And it's super cool. You know, this year they've been dealing with a lot of bus breakdowns, and we discussed that a little bit of why that is the way it is on the podcast. But super cool episode, super awesome, down-to-earth people. You guys might get your feelings hurt in that episode, but guess what? We don't care, because they are real, and that is what I love about them. So go check out their YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to them. Follow them on Instagram. Until next week, though, you guys know the deal. Life is hard. Change is hard. And that bowl of life is going to knock you down. Don't let that bowl of life knock you down and walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Only you can do it. Happy Friday, y'all. Until next week, Roughnecks out.
Oh, thank you.